Okay. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am here. It is August 24th, this beautiful Tuesday morning. And just wanted to share a couple thoughts on this new podcast adventure that I'm getting on. I have a mic in front of me, obviously. And I just want to share what's in my head to anybody who wants to listen. And I hope it's you, and you, and you. Oh, hey, in the back, you. So, I was watching a couple films yesterday. One a documentary, which is excellent, very hard-hitting. And a movie called Annette, starring Adam Driver and Marion Cotillard. Wonderful actress, wonderful actor. But the story was pretty trashy. Here's a note I wrote last night. The story is straight garbage, meaning there is a big bag of different smelling things that don't make much sense. The critic risks nothing. So I was watching this movie. The story, again, no good. No bueno. But the imagery, the colors, the lighting, the framing, the blocking, meaning actors in place, was just, it was awesome in the right sense of that word. Awesome. Every frame, every shot looked like a painting. The movement, the way and it was a musical, by the way, not my cup of tea, but I stuck it out for like an hour and a half, and I still had an hour and 20 minutes to go. It's a long one. It was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film, minus the story. So check it out. Called Annette. A lot of naughty stuff happens, but it is power through that, power through the weird looking baby, and which has demon eyes. Look it up. You gotta watch it. All right, moving on. And a sip of coffee. Have you had yours yet? I've had mine. There was a quote that I was looking at yesterday, and let's see, pulling up my history. Whoa, what's that doing there? All right, let's see. Allergies, folks. If I could replace my nose, do a little Michael Jackson work, I would. If anybody wants to afford me that luxury, let me know. History, found it. Okay. George Bernard Shaw. That was the quote that I was looking at. And I'm getting a phone call from the bank. Please hold. All right, well, I just got off the phone with the bank. Anyway, where was I? The George Bernard Shaw quote. Pull that up. I found this quote very enlightening because it spoke to a new perspective that I am adopting. And I've sort of been in a purgatory, to put a sense of where I'm at, like kind of a purgatory, a waiting area of what I want to do. And not what I want to do, but how I see myself and see myself in my little world, my community. This is a quote from George Bernard Shaw. I'm going to do it in my knowledgeable, wise man's voice. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Now, when I first heard that, something spoke to me. I don't know what it was. Call it the grand master in the sky or whatever. But it is very much about creating who you are instead of, I'm trying to find myself. Because for me, if I was to take that I'm trying to find myself philosophy, I'm still searching. I'd stay still searching. But when it's put in a way like life is about creating yourself, that makes it more tangible. That makes it more approachable. And if life isn't approachable, what do? We stay safe. We hide. We isolate. And life isn't about that. Life is about exploring, experiencing, attempting, trying all these new things within safety, sure, but sometimes outside of it as well. I think about people who aren't experienced bungee jumpers, and they go, they strap themselves in, they get ready to jump off the side of a bridge, and they accept a risk that even though the gear has been tested beforehand, that you accept that this might be your last moment. If it sounds morbid to you, sorry, but not sorry, because that's what, again, life is about: creating yourself. It's about experiencing these events that aren't comfortable, that are conduits to make you feel so many different things at once: fear, joy, happiness, sadness, being terrified. But that's what it is, in trying to be successful, in whatever success means to you. Then what are we doing? I think I just want to lay these thoughts down on the track, get it out there, see what you guys think. The other movie I watched was a documentary by Spike Lee. So Spike Lee just put out a movie called NYC Epicenters 9/11 through 2001 and a half. Now, this is the first episode, but the first episode was very powerful. This man knows how to film, knows how to write, knows how to document, knows how to capture a moment. And it sort of documents how New York City has been the center of a lot of traumatic events. I think I'll down the road touch more on 9/11, where I was, what I was seeing, what I was hearing. And Spike Lee captures that all. He is a master at what he does, and he knows how to communicate emotion, feelings through image, sound. It's near haunting, meaning that someone that I've never met, Spike Lee, someone I never met, can make something so powerful that it hits me to my core, and it makes me think, it makes me wonder, it makes me ponder. And there are a grip of people that know how to do that in the filmmaking world. So if you're like me, that can sit through a hard watching film and come out of it with questions, with thoughts, and ready for a conversation, then you're in the right spot, because I love just watching a film, and then just, if it's really touching and moving, I can talk about it. Action movies, they're great. They're entertaining. I'm never going to knock down a action film, because that's what they're doing. That's what they're there for, is to entertain. With the explosions and the sex appeal, all the action. But when you watch a film, a documentary, or a fictional film that can touch you to a core that maybe you didn't know was there, or could hit you that way, that's what power is. When power is wielded to make you feel. I mean, that's why the church is so successful at what they do, because they know how to do that. The church knows how to harness a certain type of power to make people feel a certain way. And And obviously, I'm going to touch more on this later in a different episode. But know that this is my background. This is my experience in my life. Has been 30 plus years in an institution where I thought I was safe and I thought I would progress mentally, progress spiritually. Physically, no. No, they have too many potlucks, all that stuff. Anyway, it's not as safe as one would want to believe. Okay. And again, this all ties to wielding power. Much like Spike Lee knows how to wield a power through his films, the church knows how to wield a power through music, through visuals, and through sermons, through preaching. So I'm a part of an exodus, I would say, of these adults that have walked away from the church, the Christian church, and not wanting to look back, because that place that was once meant for safety and growth, it turned out to be a place of danger, and I don't know if danger is the right word. I think it's a place where people are steeped, meaning they soak, they kind of marinate. They're steeped in this almost like an illusion of, hey, this is what church is about. This is what Christianity is about. And it all sort of makes it lighthearted and fluffy and approachable and welcoming, and it does its job. The church does its job. Does a good job in doing that. Beneath all that, what I've experienced is a lot of unaccountability, manipulation, and sort of this sense of superiority from its leaders. So I'll explain more on another episode. But for now, I'm going to leave you again with that George Bernard Shaw quote, because it is important to remember that life is not about finding yourself, but life is about creating yourself. Be well, be kind, love yourself. I'll see you on the next episode.